Hey world. I hope you're having an amazing day. I know you guys have not seen my face in a while, but that's okay. I just wanted to check in with you guys to see how you have been doing. If you know that I've been talking about healing my teenager in me now because I'm going through like a lot of transitions in life in itself. So, with that even being stated, what I'm basically saying is there are times on your spiritual journey where you're going back in moments where God's taking you through moments to relive so you can respond, react, learn the lessons that you're needing to learn in this moment, in this season, for different ways and for different reasons. Um, Spiritually, I'm 11. I committed myself back to God in 2010, in 2011, because I had a major event that happened to me in 2010 and I didn't process like I needed to, so I decided that I needed to go back into doing these things the correct way. So technically now, as of May 2022, I'm 11 spiritually. So on my journey, it has been where I'm reliving areas of my life where I felt where trauma has maybe snuck in and I didn't quite heal from that area. So that's where I am now. And it's like a lot of things that I thought I lost, or opportunities that I thought I would never be able to relive or gain again. God is handing them same opportunities back to me. Like if I wasn't able to do something as a child, it didn't stop me from getting to where I need to be as an adult. Because I was actually having a conversation with one of my friends and just letting them know, like, life has ups and downs and we're going through things and we have to learn from each and every scenario that we go through. And as I was having this moment with them, I was actually recognizing that I'm relearning, or I'm teaching myself, reprogramming myself how to give myself the things that I didn't get, or the things that I need that I didn't give myself in the past. And in this conversation, I realized that there's a lot of things that I didn't give myself because I was afraid to give these things to myself, because someone else told me that I wasn't able to obtain these things, or I wasn't able to have these things, or that wasn't something that was needed for me. And I want to ask you guys now, like, has that ever happened to you where it's like something that you really wanted to do and you told like the closest people to you and they were like, no, I don't think you should do that, or no, that's not a good idea, no, I'm not going to do that. I was the person who would run away and be like, you know what, maybe this person knows me better than I know myself, so I'm going to trust in them. Instead of me believing in what God has already instilled in me, and why I'm using God right now, because a lot of us, before we even recognize that we are already connected to God, tapped in all the time, we just disconnect when we don't connect daily. Like when we don't commit ourselves back by prayer and meditation and fasting, we are not connecting ourselves with source. So basically what I'm stating is, as a child, or before you even come into the world and you're going into church and getting into the religious spirits, you are connected to your internal energy, which is your God's presence, your God's energy, your God's essence. So on that area, when you're called to do things as a child, parents start questioning it, but really it is the basis of the child that is connected to God still in the purity, and God is using them to get the messages across, and God is preparing them for what they need to do in this world, in this season, in this cycle. So a lot of parents, or I'm not even gonna say parents, a lot of people get in the way of what we're called to do because we're not sure. Like if a child wanted to just be a drummer since they were the age of 5, there's definitely a calling in their life to be in the music, to be in music industry, to be, not even to be in music industry, but to use their words as a gift, or to use their music gift as a gift to this world. Like they're going to be able to use the knowledge that they have in music and musician world to be able to get their messages across. So if you're able to write, or if you're a good writer, you're a good poet, or if you're a good person with words, then you're going to use your words to get things across. If you're a good person with playing roles or being in the TVs, you're a good entertainer, then you're going to be able to present things to us in ways that we're able to gain messages through visually. Like all of us have a role here. If you're good in art, You're going to give us messages through your art. You're going to give us a message through your drawing, through your pieces that you make. Your pieces will be muses to other people for their art, as such things as such as though as that. If you are a dancer, you are giving us art in motion, and you're telling a story. That's why I love dance, because dance is a form of art for me that tells someone's story from the beginning to the end. You can see their pain, you can see their laughter, you can see their joy. It tells their story. So a lot of us, I feel like, well, for me, if you've been going through cycles of life and you're kind of a little bit confused on things and you're not really sure on how to process, you have to go back to where that trauma might have stopped you from proceeding. Where did you get stuck in that moment? Where is that blockage at? Like, for all of my, like, just an example, there's some kids who wanted to be chefs, but they were told that cooking is for women. But I know world-renowned men chefs that are out here doing their thing inside restaurants and banging money because they put their gift and their craft into their talent, and their talent is making them a wave in life. So a lot of us have to recognize when we're coming into these areas where we're not really getting the support, it doesn't mean that we should stop and give up on ourselves. We just have to support ourselves in our own dreams. Just because you're not getting the support in that area don't mean that God's not calling you to do something. Like when I was started for your journey, I didn't think that it was going to be me giving messages out to help people grow and heal and do things. I was just giving my journey and hoping that it was getting views. But then it was a bigger message there that's saying, no, your journey is going to spark other people because you're doing something that other people don't normally do. You're doing something that is kind of hard to tap in and heal your inner trauma. It's hard to go back and face things that you didn't even want to face before. And one of those things is me knowing who I was the whole time, but I allowed myself to second guess me because I didn't fully believe that I could overcome the issues that I had in my life. Like, there were so many things that you would probably think that, okay, well, she hasn't been through much. But I've been through a lot, and I've talked about it on my journey. I talk about it on my platform all the time. Like, it takes a lot for me to even voice a lot how I feel, because at one point in time, I was told that I talk too much, or I was told that, you know, like when you're a child, like, go be quiet. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say, or they tell you to go to your room, or they tell you to mind your business, or whatever the situation is. You start to diminish a child's light when you tell them to get out of your face. And when all of they're trying to do is get your attention, or they're trying to do is share their words with you, share their thoughts, their ideas. Their inspiration is really inside of them, and they're trying to let you in on that. And what happened to me is all of my ideas and my creativity, it was just thrown away. Like, if I have ideas and people don't want to hear it, I stop talking. And I just learned to be quiet now, because I'm not going to continue to allow myself to be hurt because other people are feeling some type of way. I had point in time with my poetry book. I had like a big binder full of poetry that I was writing ever since 9th grade that was thrown away. So it's like a lot of things that we feel like I could have just stopped writing then, or I could have just said, forget writing, forget poetry, forget doing what I want to do, but I didn't. So if you have people in your life that's not supporting you, that doesn't mean that you should stop. It's more of like, forget them people. Like, they don't stop what God has for me. They can't stop what I'm destined to do. And the more I hone into that phrase and I say it, I feel the power, the empowerment that comes with over me. Because it's like, why did I even think that somebody else had the rule or the power to make my life go the way that they wanted to? The only person that has that is me and my creator, because he created me to do great things, and I'm the co-creator of my life and the co-creator of the plan that he has for me. He mastered the plan, he wrote the plan down, and he told me to go ahead and get this done because this is what we have. This is what we got to do. So if I don't step into my energy, if I don't step into my calling and do what he has for me, whatever that may be, because I would not share what the Lord has given me, but whatever God has for me, I have to be ready to receive it, because he's already prepared me to do these things. And it's a lot of things that I didn't even think I was prepared to do that I'm now doing. A lot of things that I didn't even know that God was ordaining in my life, but now I'm walking into it with no problem. Like used to say a lot, and I'm not a people person, but honestly, I'm a people person. I love people, and I just love to be around people, and I love their energy, and I love all of the things that come around with being around healed people. And then now that I'm seeing myself going through my healing journey, I'm like, well, I'm no different than anybody else, but yet it seems as though I don't really have too many people around me. Like, I don't know if that's I claim it as a shield of protection. Of course, I'm never going to think anything's less than. But I feel like we're all going through things in life that we need a moment to just tap into that inner child and love on that inner child a lot more, because that inner child is the reason why some of us are struggling in all areas of our life. We don't know how to be nice to one another. We don't know how to love on each other because our inner child never felt that love. Our inner child felt abandoned. Our inner child felt like they needed validation all the time. Our inner child felt like they were being manipulated. So I'm going to say this again. Take a moment and love on yourself. Love on yourself up into the age where you feel like you can let yourself go. Like if you were hurt at 5, heal yourself. Go back to that pain and let it out. If you were hurt at 11, heal yourself. Go back to that pain and let it out. If you were hurt at 15, go back to that moment. Say you're sorry, forgive yourself, and let it go. Because holding on to it is only hurting you more. And I'm saying that from out of experience. So like I'm stating now, I'm now 11 spiritually, and I'm healing those moments in my life where I felt like I lost a lot, which was 5th, 6th grade. So I'm wondering why God has me back in this moment, but I know why. I gained a brother that year, I believe. So it's like my whole life changed in these ages. So I'm just hoping that things would get a little bit better as I continue to heal. But I'm loving what God is showing me, and I hope that He continues to show me new things, and I hope that I'm able to continue to inspire you to continue to heal your inner child, because you need to. Sending you guys so much pieces and joy. I'll be back with another video. Stay tuned.